This is the third video I'm making today, and as such I'm not sure what it's going to be like, but let's try and get this done. Hi everyone, my name is Charlie, and today I have the Moody Reader book tag. I was tagged by Emily over at Novel Novels, and this tag was created by Brittany from the Slanted Spines? I don't know. Let's just remember I'm an outlier of this community basically now. I'm just kind of like your uncle who steps in occasionally. I am your maiden aunt. Oh god, we flipping genders all the time around here, aren't we? Anyway, Emily did this tag and she tagged me, and I haven't done tags in a while, but I'm highly caffeinated today, so I thought that I would try and get through them rather than actually do what I'm supposed to be doing, which is editing videos and writing books. So let's go. 1. Do you consider yourself a mood reader? Yes, I do. It's not so much a mood reader. I'm not looking for a book to fit a mood. It's just that sometimes you're in for a mood for a book and sometimes you're not. At the moment, I'm very much enjoying meditative fiction that is focusing on a topic and kind of meanders around a bit. Very intensive reading experiences that are somewhat slow and you have to use a lot of thought. I'm not really here for the faster, more modern novels that just speed through plots at the rate of a train speeding through a cul-de-sac. Other times I really want those books. I want something fast that I can get through. As we head into the more autumnal months, I can see that I'll be looking for perhaps more gothic fiction. I don't know, but I've saved some of that just in case. 2. Do you set TBR lists and do you stick to them? I create lists. I don't stick to them. I often write down the books that I want to read, and I looked at my TBR for March recently, and there are still 5 books on there that every month I put and say I must read, and I haven't read them yet. 3. Do books affect you emotionally? Does the mood of a book rub off on you? Oh, well, famously, I am an emotionless husk nowadays because I am from the north and we don't do that sort of thing. But early last year, I had to read the book Ghost Wall by Sarah Moss, and that affected me in such a way that I had to disappear from the world for about 2 weeks. 4. When you're feeling sad, what do you read? Or do you not read when sad? Thank you for that latter bracketed bit, because the latter bracketed bit is very much how I feel. If I'm feeling sad, I tend not to read. I tend to rewatch Dinner Ladies. 5. Most often do you use reading to escape, to learn, or to critically reflect? I don't think I've ever read to escape, but I'm also not there to learn or critically reflect. I just like reading as an experience. It's not something that I've ever analysed, because I think that I can do all 3 of those at any one time. Sometimes I want these, like I say, the slow meditative books where I really have to apply thought to them and think about what I think about the topics that are being raised. And sometimes I want a book that I can fly through and just, like a thriller. A thriller is not something that I'm reading with much thought, but it can be a very intense experience where you want to keep on reading. I read because I want to, and I don't really think about why I'm reading. 6. What is a book that made you laugh out loud? The Miseducation of Evie Epworth by Matson Taylor. And if you haven't read it yet, please do. If you've ever read one of my books and enjoyed them, then Matson Taylor is doing what I would like to think I can do, and he's doing it somewhat successfully. Also very manages to emulate a lot of classic British comedy as well, and has the very strong northern woman that we know about from all these classic sitcoms at its core. 7. What is a book that has made you cry, or if you don't cry, one that really moved you? Fool's Fate by Robin Hobb. 8. What is a book that you didn't even know how you felt about? Oh, bloody hell. It's right in front of me. It is Second Place by Rachel Cusk. I am adoring Rachel Cusk's writing, but this book, no idea how I feel about it. It's still there. I've got to reread it. It's a bit... 9. Are you more likely to read on a sunny day or a cloudy day? I read whenever the mood takes me. I don't care whether the sun is out or whether it's cloudy. Cloudy days, I use it as an excuse to read, but cloudy days are also an excuse to go down the canal when nobody else is there. Sunny days, I'm usually hiding from the sun. It is warm and I hide from weather. I hide from the world. I will read whenever. I do not care what the weather is doing outside. My day is not determined by what is going on with the sun. She is there and I am here, and one day she will be extinguished and so will I. I do not care what either of us is doing. I do not set my calendar by what the sun has decided to do today. 10. Do you usually set the mood when you read? Music, lights, smells? No. 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 I live with 3 other people, my parents and my younger brother. Do you think it's possible to set a mood? No. No, it is not possible to set a mood. If I like to sit in my corner with a cup of tea on my little side table, and I will put a blanket over me if it's cold, and I will have my feet out if it is not. And I will sit there and I will read. I do not set a mood. I do like quiet when I read, but I like quiet all of the time. If I'm on my own in the house, I switch off the television. Because I'm old and grumpy. No. Who needs to set a mood? What are you setting a mood for? You are sitting down with a book and you are reading. What other mood is there? Why? I feel like I'm being interrogated for no good reason and I don't like it. 11. Can you leap from book to book or do you need buffer time between them? I have hundreds of books on my shelves. I don't have the time for a buffer time. I have a limited amount of time on this planet. And I don't have the time to just think. Have you heard of a buffer book though? Here's an idea for you. It's when you get a particularly good book, one that you've really liked, and then you get a thoughtless book and you read that in between. Groundbreaking, isn't it? Bet you didn't even think about that. A buffer book. Yeah, that'll have you thinking. Right, I'm done, I'm begging off. If you wanted to be tagged, have a go. But me, Moody bloody reader? Moody. Just read books, don't examine it. If you got out of this video, good for you, I'm off. Until next time, that is all.